France and Spain are divided by one of my favorite mountain ranges, the Pyrenees. The Pyrenees divide much more than two countries. It divides two hunting cultures and also two different red deer subspecies, the European and the Iberian.
We just spotted a very nice stag.
We crossed the border to hunt with a good friend of mine and discover firsthand the French culture. But there will be one unique challenge: to hunt up close and personal with a red dot sight. It was a rough night. Sleeping in tents, the excitement of the first day ahead, and hearing stags all around us didn't help with trying to get to sleep. I don't know yet how the area looks, but what I know is that we are surrounded by stags, and that's a good start. It is really interesting to see how in such a short distance that these stags are different from the ones at the other side of the Pyrenees. They have larger bodies, deeper roars, a shorter antler shape with less of a crown, but with longer points.
Bonjour, nous avons à les French Pyrenees pour les arts de les grandes rivières, le surf de montagne, avec mon ami Philippe, très jolie montagne. Il y a beaucoup de surf, toutes les surf, vraiment.
Toute la nuit.
Toute la nuit. Ça c'est bon?
Oui, super.
C'est comme ça.
Bien bon français. Bonjour. Pedro a beaucoup progressé en français. Pedro improved a lot in French.
So good morning, we are in the French Pyrenees. We are hunting red stags here with my friend Philippe. There has been stags roaring all night long, hard to sleep, and we already have located a couple.
Il y en a un qui est juste là.
So let's see if we find a good one and if we can get close, because it's gonna be a different hunt.
For this hunt, we have decided to have some fun and challenge ourselves to get as close as possible, which is what hunting is all about.
This has been like a warm-up. The stags have gone inside the forest where it's really hard to get close very quickly, but in the afternoon they will come back here in the opening where we have a little bit more play, because in this chapter, to make things a little bit more challenging, we are using a red dot. That way it will force us to get really close to the animal, and instead of the trend in the rifle hunting industry to the better you become, the better equipment you put at the farther distances you shoot, to kind of go backwards. The better you become, try to get the equipment more simple, to be able to force us to get close to the animals and keep looking for that challenge. So That's gonna be the tricky part of this hunt.
Exciting.
We need to get into 50 meters. So, after not being successful in the forest, we're gonna sit down and wait for the stags to start roaring. And let's see if anything comes down. The wind is good, so. On our face. That's what you want. Okay, let's take a. So in this valley that we have in front of us is where we have been hearing most of the roaring. The weather has changed, now it's better. And now it's just a matter of waiting here for a while and see if anything comes down on a stackable position. And if not, we will be aggressive.
Sometimes in hunting you need to be aggressive, but often it requires the opposite, being patient and waiting for the animals to move. It is very important to spend some time observing without disturbing the deer. At least then you can see what they do and come up with a more efficient, accurate plan for the following day. For me, stag roars have a strong pull to them. I have to force myself to sit tight, hold strong, and not run off into the hills to find them.
Like we are running out of light. There is a stag roaring in those trees. So let's try to get closer. Okay, let's go slowly, okay?
Even though our plan was to sit tight, as the light starts to fade, we do the complete opposite. I try to replicate a stag with hinds to see if there are any lonely males looking for company. We get several replies, but it looks like none of them wants company badly enough to come and find us.
So the stags are inside the forest, but they must be with hinds or something because they are responding to the call, but they are not coming out. So it's getting already too dark. It's getting late.
Yes.
It's hard to film now with this light, so we're and tomorrow morning see what they do, and maybe put a better plan tomorrow morning.
It's better to stay quiet, to let it quiet.
Tomorrow morning we go higher where they are, and we can see at the same time if they are coming out here.
Yeah. Okay, we go.
Grab some bread. Sharing campfire, the grill going. We may have not killed anything, but who really cares? This is part of hunting. Philippe, bon appétit.
Vas-y, mange, il y a de la terrine.
In hunting, things can change quickly, so you should never take anything for granted. The rut is unpredictable, and a sudden weather change brings us to a completely different hunting conditions.
Morning of day 2 has been raining all night. It's raining now. Also the wind picked up. There is less stags definitely roaring today. Weather seems that he cannot give us a break, but we're gonna get up where they bed, and hopefully if there is something here, even if they don't roar, we'll catch them up towards their bedding area. So grabbing a quick cup of coffee and we should be ready to go. Really windy today. There is definitely not as many stags as they were roaring yesterday, and it's gonna be a tough morning. I don't like it. Stag there. Looks nice. We're gonna try to move. Just stop. Let's go.
We try hard, really hard to get a reaction from the animals. But today, the stags are lazy and the wind isn't helping us either. Despite the weather, we locate several stags, most of them under 200 meters, but that is still too far for us. Our equipment limitations are forcing us to hunt harder, to be smarter. Even if we have the desire to get as close as possible, as human beings, it's easy to fall to the temptation of finding an excuse and taking the easier option. By limiting our equipment to a bow, open sights, a certain caliber, We don't have any other option but to stick to the plan.
So we have spotted a couple of stags too. The wind is really bad for today, for some reason. And that forest, we tried to put a stalk into one and it was really thick, so it's gonna be tricky to get into shoot. I mean, not to get into shooting range, but to film, to be so many people inside the forest. And I think our best chance is to sit down there and try to get all these stags that come to feed in the afternoons and in the mornings to the more grassy areas of the bottom of the valley.
Alright, so this is fresh backstrap that Philippe brought, and we're gonna grill it and see how it turns out. We have some meat, we have some mushrooms that we just got, and for making the meat we're gonna keep it simple. So how typically I do it, some oil. And now the wrap. Let's put it in the trigger. That is amazing. The wrap?
I must give him points on 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of 10.
Ten!
10?
Yeah.
Is it good? Try.
Yeah, it's good. Very good. Good cooked.
A ver.
Yeah. It makes a little bit salt.
A little bit
But
of
for
salt.
the rest, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for the rest is perfect.
Qué bueno, ¿eh?
Yeah.
Ready to go. So we have decided to come here for the afternoon, sit down and wait for them to move to us and try to put a plan if we see something that is nice. So let's pick up a good place here to sit because we are a bunch of people and see if we get lucky and we get to see something. It's a very big one. We just spotted a very, very nice stag. Thick, heavy points, beautiful stag. 100 meters. See what he does, and then make a play. We are moving in front of that tree. You are. Great shot. That was exciting. How far? 40 meters? I think I made a good shot, but it's here, no?
Yeah, it's okay. I thought you was a little bit down, but it's okay. It's a good shot.
Merci beaucoup. Merci, Philippe.
You're welcome.
He came, eh? He came into the...
Yeah.
It appeared there, and I waited and waited. Were you seeing?
Yes. I saw. I saw. Oh. 40 meters.
40 meters. So, hunting is not about the weapon, it's about how you hunt. And you can hunt close with the rifle too, and enjoy it.
And approach.
And approach. And
that's the most beautiful sensation for a hunter for me.
I was like this, and he was moving everything like, Pedro, settle down.
Each hunting opportunity is unique. They only happen once and they are never completely alike. Sometimes they happen so quickly that you need to take a minute for it to sink in and absorb everything that just happened. As we walk towards the stag, I can only think about how lucky I am. How lucky I am to be there experiencing things like this and in the company of good friends.
These cartridges that we are using, every time you hit them right in the spot, they only run 50 meters, even big stacks. So. Nice, quick, clean kill, and the proper way probably to kill a stag. You call it in, close and personal, good shot. I mean,
yeah, very nice stag.
And to say it with a friend, it's even better. So, merci beaucoup, Philippe. It has
Bienvenue.
been a beautiful few days here hunting. The shape of the French stags, it's very different than the shape that we have in Spain.
Yes, for
in
sure.
Spain they are wider,
Yeah.
and they have more crown.
And
Here they
here's-
are like shorter
And basket.
and more basket,
Yeah.
and the crown is typically less points.
Yeah.
So you get 2 points. It's not like in Spain that you get those big
Yeah,
crowns.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's a bit different. Also, they are more red,
Yeah.
bigger body,
Yeah.
and the roar they make, it's way deeper than the one we have in Spain.
Yes, for sure.
Here they were like more like the Central European, but they are a bit different also to the German ones that we have been hunting. So every single country, the terrain is different, the animals are a bit different, the people that you hunt, it's also different, and that's part of what we like about stag culture, is to be able to experience all those things.
Yeah, not the same culture. Everywhere in the world, we don't have the same culture. So I'm very happy to be with you for this kind of experience here in France. You know. Un, deux, trois. 1, 2, 3. Wait.
I don't know if I like the normal pack-outs better.
2, 3. Be careful, be careful. Je tiens le poids, moi. Ok.
Okay.
C'est bon?
I told you that I like the normal pack-outs better. My leg is stuck.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm okay.
Elle est petite.
I almost got stabbed in my leg.
This is how we do it.
Okay.
We have hunted stags in many different places, joined by a multitude of friends, used a wide variety of weapons, and shot totally different stags. Each hunt is different, but there is something that will never change. Something that all of them has in common. Calling in a stag up close and personal makes me lose my cool every single time. And that will never change. Merci beaucoup, France, for hosting us and showing us how things can be so different yet so similar just over the other side of a mountain range.